How's it going, guys? My name's Tyler, and today I'm going to remind you of why I don't like working on cars. I'm perfectly capable of doing it. I used to do it a lot, but I don't like it. I don't have the tools to do it. I'm often very frustrated trying to reach bolts that are rusted or hard to reach, and rarely do I have the right tool for the job. Now, what makes this possible is me doing the work at the Car Wizard's lair, and I have full access to all of his tools and his knowledge. When I get stuck on something or I'm simply not strong enough to break a bolt loose, he comes over and makes me seem like an idiot and then walks away and lets me continue. But the Wizard has already made a lot of progress on my Hummer H2. If y'all remember, a few weeks back I unveiled my latest purchase, a 2003 Hummer H2 for only $6,300, or was it $6,200? I'm a little over $6,000, and he gave me a quote for repairs of $4,800. A lot of issues. I could have bought a much nicer Hummer H2 for that kind of money if you take the purchase price and the repairs, but I'm going to try and save a little money today by doing repairs myself. Now, work that has already been done, one thing I definitely didn't want to tackle were the rusty exhaust manifolds. Those things were leaking like crazy. They were broken. The bolts were broken. It was a mess to get all those bolts out, drill out the ones that were busted, and then replace it with new manifolds. That's way out of my league skill-wise. Also, all the front suspension stuff, if you remember, it was really loose in the front end, dangerously slow with the pitman arm and the idler arm. Had the Car Wizard do that. And while my Hummer was up in the air, he went through and recoated my entire frame. That was looking rusty, just kind of surface rust, but he coated it in nice black kind of Rust-Oleum coating to make it look a lot better. Also, you probably noticed these tires. These are the exact tires that came on the H2 when new. I didn't want to go with anything oversized or crazy, and they're actually not brand new tires. New tires would be $1,300, and I found these new takeoffs for $700. So with the Wizard repairs so far and the tires, I'm about $3,000 into my H2, which is pretty good. It's drivable at this point. Also has fresh fluids, an oil change, a transmission flush, because doing that at home always makes a mess. I don't understand. It doesn't cost that much to have a shop do it, and it just saves a lot of mess and disposing of the fluids and everything else. It's just not worth it. But like I said, I'm going to get hands-on today. I'm going to show you that I'm actually capable of doing work, and I'm going to do the intake gaskets on this 6-liter Vortec engine. In my opinion, the 6-liter Vortec engine is one of the best engines General Motors has ever made. You could say the LS is better, but these are much cheaper to run. They have beefier internals, and in some cases, people boosting these small block Chevys, they prefer the Vortecs, the LT engines, over the LS engines just because they have beefier bottom ends. And after this, you have the 6.2 liters, they have that cylinder deactivation stuff and the variable valve timing that gets all gummed up because the oil change intervals from the factory, what they recommended, were too long. So those engines don't last nearly as long as the 6-liter Vortec. Still, the 6-liter does have a few common problems. The water pumps like to weep. Mine's not leaking. But the other common issue, which mine has, is the intake gaskets like to fail. And what it's doing with mine is in the morning when it drives off for the first time, I get a really bad misfire. It makes the check engine light flash on the dash. And once the Hummer is warmed up, I don't feel any misfires ever again. When the Wizard did the exhaust manifolds, he also did the spark plugs, so I have fresh plugs in this car, but I definitely still need to do the intake gasket. And it's nice because the intake is right here. I can reach in with this hood out of the way. The hood's actually kind of looks like a fun place to hang out, but I can mostly reach it and do it all right here and not throw out my back. But there is more that I'm going to do. You see this alternator here is very crusty, and I still have that battery light on no matter what, all the time, even though we've checked all the grounds in the instrument cluster. So the next place to look is this alternator that looks pretty bad. This is a cheap part. We're going to replace it anyway. And then finally, we're going to move on to the interior. If you recall, my driver's seat is pretty torn up. It also has lost its tilt function to where it won't tilt up, and I like to gangsterly in my car and have plenty of thigh support, so that's important to me. I also have a broken center console box. It's just kind of stuck open. It won't latch. Also, my airbag module is not communicating at all because the floor got wet and it got damp down there and shorted out. So I really got hooked up here, saved a bunch of money thanks to my friends at J&J Auto Wrecking. Apparently they have over a dozen Hummer H2s that they're parting out along with other exotic and hard to find specialty cars. And just for a shout out, and a big thank you, they sent me all of these parts for free. So once I finish this intake gasket, or hopefully finish this intake gasket, I will move on to the interior. Now I have to get to work. The more I talk, the less I actually have to work, but now I have to work. Oh dear. I thought this hood opening wide would give me plenty of access, but it's actually pretty awkward. Huh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Maybe I just, straddle it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Not the most flattering angle, but.
It's still recording.
Oh, good.
You okay in there?
That took me about an hour, and that was with the wizard helping me on a few things that I got stuck on and then getting me to the finish line. But still, a little less than an hour I think is pretty good, isn't it, wizard?
Yeah, it's not bad for the first time you ever done one.
How long does it take you to do it?
I can have this on the ground in 15 minutes.
It took me an hour.
I'm probably done.
With help. Then how long does it take you to put it back on?
Oh, probably 30 to 45 minutes, depending on. I could have it done within an hour.
And you still charge 2 hours for it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, that is the standard book time, so the more experience you have, it makes you faster than the standard time. That's what you charge for.
Yeah. Just because I can do it faster than the book time doesn't mean I'm worth less money.
And then there's the jobs that you've never done before that take you twice as long as what it says, and so then hopefully it balances out. That's the mechanic rule there, I suppose.
Yep. So these are the updated gaskets. They're nice, beefy. Your favorite word, beefy.
Yeah, thick. So you take these off. Well, Wizard, I appreciate your help. Clearly you are very good at it, and I think you should continue. I think you should finish it up. You seem to be really enjoying yourself.
And how's that going to bode well for your doing the work yourself and saving some money?
I
have to charge you if I take over.
That's $200 very well spent there. I'll gladly pay it. I'm all dirty. I'll move on to the interior stuff because it's not nearly as dirty. How about that?
I won't turn down money.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going in here. You can, get that. This is a lot more my speed. A simple matter of unbolting 4 bolts for a seat and then putting a new seat in. Underneath is the airbag module, which, if you remember, got wet. Everything was soaked under here because of a leak from those lights up on the roof, the roof of the H2. Don't want to hit a Murcielago.
All right, I'm all done.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I got the alternator on, the intake, everything's hooked back up.
I just barely got the seat out, the airbag module replaced, and then the center console box on. That was like 30 minutes of work there, and you put the whole intake back on?
And the alternator.
And the alternator? Let's see. Okay, surely you missed something. You're kidding me. That's why he's the car wizard. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to put this seat in, and then hopefully all the lights go away. Listen how quiet it is now with the new exhaust manifolds. It's nice. Wow. It says service airbag.
That's good. That means the module's working now.
Right, I have to go get it programmed.
So I looked it up and it's vehicle configuration error, and I don't have programming ability here. You'll have to go to a dealer. They can set up the VIN number and configuration, and you'll have airbags again.
The seat feels good. I did that all by myself. The whole seat, I got it. No problem. Intake, I probably could have done it. It would have taken me 10 hours. It took Wizard 30 minutes. Literally 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Which is unbelievable. And the center console, I was able to take care of that. Well, actually, you had to break something for me, so I had a little bit of help. I need to take this thing for a test drive because earlier, before the tires were put on, I had a really bad noise that might have been a differential or a wheel bearing or something worse, but I was hoping it was just tire noise because those tires were junk and so bald. So now I need to test, see if I'm pretty much done with this Hummer H2 repair-wise or if there's more to go. Wish me luck. Yeah, hopefully not. Okay, moment of truth. Please, Hummer. Please don't take any more of my money. Please. Oh, it's quiet. Oh, I don't have the right GoPro mount for this, so I'm just gonna have to hold it for a second. Can't talk long, but it's fixed. It's quiet. It's sorted. Everything's good. What a relief. Thank you, J&J Auto Wrecking, for hooking me up with this seat. It is nice and cushy and comfortable. And the Car Wizard. And make sure you wrench every day. Unless you have a car wizard and you don't like working on your own cars, then pay someone to wrench every day.